form of data without being any explicit instructions. Next one, deep learning. It is also a subcategory of machine learning and the ability to mimic human brain. It's like a human brain and mimics like a brain neural network. It can make sense of patterns, noise, and sources of confusion of data. In machine learning, we have types of supervised, unsupervised, and reinforcement. For example, supervised, we are giving task oriented, predict next value. What is the prediction? We are using the supervised learning algorithm. For example, one second. For data driven identifying, for example, we are identifying the clusters, that is a group, whether it belong to such group, whether for example this student will belong to the particular class or not. We are identifying the clusters and grouping the clusters by unsupervised algorithm and reinforcement. We can learn from our mistakes. If we fall any mistakes, if we did any mistakes, we can rectify it by reinforcement algorithm. These are all the basic broader category in types of machine learning. For example, in deep learning, we have 3 layers. Okay, input layer, hidden layer, and output layer. The hidden layer may be 1 or 2 or depending upon the matrix we are used. In input layer, the images that we want to segregate go into input layer. Arrows are drawn from the image on the individual dots of the input layer. We are just giving our input data to the input layer. Each of the white dots in the yellow layer, input layer, or pixel in the picture. These images, if we white dots in the input layer. From the input layer, the data will be passed to the hidden layer. The hidden layer are responsible for all our inputs for mathematical computations or future extraction. For example, we are getting the images from the car while we are in a traffic. That image may be blurred. Blurred image, from the blurred image we can extract the actual pattern from the hidden layer. Hidden layer have some calculations and responsible for all our inputs and computing the mathematical way and getting the feature extraction. In the above image, the layers shown in the orange represent the hidden layer. Middle of the layer will be called as hidden layer. These lines are seen between 3 layers are called weights. Each one of them usually represent number or decimal number which can be multiplied by the value in the input layer. All the layer numbers, hidden layer numbers are multiplied with input layer, that will be called as weights, and all the weights add up into the hidden layer. Just like a matrix, we are using the hidden layer, and based on the value on the sum of weights, these values are then passed to the next hidden layer. We are filtering the data and processed for your computation method. Which way you are getting the summation or any calculation you are putting in that hidden layer, that will be calculated, and filtering again, the value will be extracted. You may be wondering why there are multiple layers, why we are having so many hidden layers. The hidden layers functions as alternatives to some degree. To some extent, it will be alternatives. The more the hidden layers are more complex, the data that goes in and what can be produced. That data will be denoted by the hidden layer. The accuracy can be predicted. Output generally depends on the number of hidden layers present and the complexity of data going in. For example, we are using 2 power 2. In the sense, we are having 2 hidden layers in our data, in our deep learning methodology. The number of hidden layers will be less, the complexity will be less. If it is a hidden layers will be more, the complexity will be automatically more. Okay. Machine learning in generally in machine learning is a subset of artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is a broader area. In that we have a subcategory will be called as machine learning. We are training the algorithm and predict the result, and it enable a computer to independently learn from the data and previous experiences. We are artificially thinking our system by artificial learning and independently learn from the previous data and previous experiences. That will be called as machine learning. Arthur Samuel first used the term machine learning in 1959. In 1959 itself, they are using the machine learning name. It could be summarized by without being explicitly programmed. Machine learning enables a machine automatically learn from data, improve performance from experiences, improve our performances from our experiences. For example, we are done many mistakes and we learned from our childhood days. We are, for example, if we stick onto fire, that fire will be burnt my hands. So we consciously we don't touch the fire. We automatically brain our says it is harmful to us. That the previous experiences we could analyze our skills and reducing our mistakes. That is the same thing. The previous explicitly programmed machine learning enables the machine to automatically learn from the data. It will automatically learn the data and improve the performances from their experiences and predict the things, predicting the result. Machine learning algorithm creating a mathematical model. Okay, it will be creating a mathematical model and following some learning algorithms without being explicitly and making prediction decision. We can making the predictions and learn by experiences and predicting the decisions. Prediction or decision could be handled by machine learning algorithms. In that machine learning algorithms, we are training our data by our experiences and testing our data in finally. Okay, we are following 100% of results. For example, we can use the normal methodology as 80% for training and 20% for testing. For example, we are giving some methodology to train for at most 80% of data used for training purposes and 20% of data will be used in a testing purposes. In the training itself, we are filtering our data and reducing the mistakes and reducing the errors. Finally, only we have test our data and getting the prediction or decision will be taken. Algorithms that learn from historical data either constructed or utilized from the machine learning. Either we can use our own algorithm or utilized in machine learning. The performance will rise in proportion of quantity of information what we provide. For example, I can learn everything automatically from experiences. Can you learn? We are a human. We are learning by our own experiences. Daily, we are having some learning process, and from that learning, we are getting an experience. For in machine, yes, I can also learn from the past data with the help of machine learning. How the machine can learning the data? That will be called as machine learning. Machine learning uses data to detect various patterns in the data set. Okay, various patterns. We are finding out the pattern. To detect the patterns from the data set, the machine learning algorithm will be used. It can learn from the past data or improve automatically. Next one, data driven technology. Menu driven, data driven. Menu driven, what it shows, when we are clicking the mouse, it will shows the menu. When we are clicking the data sets, and the data will giving the some solution for our data from the data. Machine learning is much similar to data mining. It also deals with a huge amount of data. Why we need machine learning? The demand for machine learning is steadily rising because it is able to perform tasks that are too complex for a person to directly implement. Machine learning will be required. If we feel too complex in a person, we can apply the machine learning algorithm and getting the prediction or decision. Humans are constrained by our inability to manually access vast amount of data. For example, we are having a 1 TB of data set. From the data set, we also show all the result and get the data and calculated physically. It is not a it is a huge problem and a huge time to take analyzing all the data. If we are putting the machine learning algorithm or writing our own algorithm for machine learning, it will give the result in a fraction of seconds. That is the main feature of machine learning, which is where machine learning comes into simplicity for our lives. In this diagram, we can give the data, past data. We are training in a machine learning algorithm. Learn from the data, building a logical model. Then we are finding the new data that will be called as our output. A final representation of information will be a prediction or decision. It may be classified into three categories: supervised, unsupervised, reinforcement. Supervised means supervised learning. When we are conducting an exam, for example, we are conducting an exam. Students are sitting in a row. One supervisor is there, whether students are right or not, whether they don't discuss with others, whether they are getting the sheets, everything will be supervised. Some people are there, some staff is there, and collecting the absentees and giving the question paper and arranging the papers accordingly. Some supervisor are there in a particular class. The students are finish their exam and give the submit the paper to the supervisor. Some person is there, whether the work is done correctly or not. Some suggestions given by the supervisor, that will be called as supervised learning. Sampled in supervised learning, sample labeled data are provided to the machine learning. Some samples will be given to the machine. You can learn from the sample. Then you learned a lot now. You learned thoroughly means I will give the original data to you. That will be called as system of training, will be called as supervised learning. Some supervisor are there. The training will be properly given to the particular system based on the sample data. Based on the training, the final data will be predicted. That will be called as supervised learning. The system uses labeled data to build a model. We are creating a model. That will be labeled data used to build a model, and understand the data set and learn about each one. We can understand our data. The main objective is mapping of input data to the output data. We can correlate the relation between input data and output data, will be called as supervised learning. Supervised learning is again classified into classification and regression. In unsupervised learning, there is no supervisor in that learning. The training methodology itself has been learned by themselves. There is no sample data, there is no labeled data or classified or categorized. They need to train themselves. There are two broad categories in this algorithm that will be called as clustering and association. Clustering means some groups are there. If it is a falls under the category, belongs to particular group, that will be data will be collected in that particular group. If it is not comes under the group, it will be arranged in some other group. Reinforcement learning, it is a feedback learning method. We are following every meeting, we are following some feedback form. For example, we are conducting one meeting in our department. We are after conducting meeting, what are all the problems identified, what are all the solutions, what are all the suggestions we have to innovative in our ideas. That will be called as reinforcement learning, in which learning agent gets a reward after good performance. We are identifying good performance, the reward will be given to the particular agent. Or if it is any wrong, the agent automatically, with these feedback, they have to improve the performance. We are giving the feedback, and whether it is a good one will be appreciated. If it is any wrong, if it is any mistake, the mistakes will be rectified after the feedback of reinforcement learning. Machine learning tools, what are all the tools used in a daily in our machine learning tool algorithm? However, to build a machine learning models, to important to master the machine learning tools, mastering machine learning enable you to play with the data. How we put our data into the machine learning algorithm, how it is calculated, how it is computed, that will be decided by the some tools we are using in a machine learning. Discovering new methods and creating a new algorithm, everything will be trained, tested in these tools. There are different tools, software platform available for machine learning, and also new software and tools evolving day to day. Day to day we are having numerous tools regarding machine learning. It's a challenging one how to choose the tools for machine learning algorithm. If you choose the right tool for your model, you can make it faster and more of client. In each tools, Keras, PyTorch, Neem, TensorFlow, Jupyter, Amazon machine learning, these are all the basic tools. Veka, these are all the basic tools. Some of the tools will be discussed. First one, PyTorch. PyTorch, deep learning software. It is a deep learning software made up of top of PyTorch, such as PyTorch Lightning, Hugging Face Transformers, Test, Autopilot, etc. It specifies a tensor class containing n-dimensional array and can perform tensor computations along with GPU support. Features. What are the main features in PyTorch? That will be listed as enable the developers to create neural networks using auto-grade module. Using auto-grade module, we are using PyTorch. It is more suitable for deep learning researchers with good speed and flexibility. It is supported for good speed and flexibility. It can also used on cloud perform. For example, without any software, we can use the PyTorch in our cloud methodology also. We can pay as you go. We can pay some amount to PyTorch and use the machine learning models in our research. We don't know want to install in our system, and by by the cloud methodology, we can use it pay as you go. It includes tutorial courses, various tools, and libraries. It also provides dynamic computational graph and makes this library more popular. Dynamic features will be there in PyTorch. It allows changing the network behavior randomly without any lagging. Without any lagging, we can use dynamically and changing the network behavior. It is easy to use due to hybrid front end. It is a freely available. Somewhat extent it will be freely available. Google Cloud Machine Learning Engine. Google Cloud Machine Learning Engine. It is a second type. While training a classifier with a huge amount of data, a computer system might not perform well. Huge amount of data, it may be the computer system may feel difficult to perform. However, various machine learning or deep learning project requires millions or billions of training data sets or algorithm, it being used taking a long time for execution. For it may be running time, complexities will be increased and it will taking a long time for execution. If in that case, one should go for Google Cloud Machine Learning Engine. If it is a computational complexity is higher and taking long time for execution, we generally move on to Google Cloud Machine Learning Engine. Features: it provides machine learning, training, building, and predictive modeling. There are two services: prediction and training. We are predicting the result. Prediction, whether the rain will come or not. Predicting whether the patient can cause a disease or not. We are predicting the result, or can be independently or combinedly. Whether we can find out independently or combined two algorithms, or the cloud Google Cloud Machine Learning Engine can be given the result as predictions. It can be used by enterprises and satellite image responding faster to emails of customers. It can be widely used to train complex model. If we are using a complex model, we can straightly go for Google Cloud Machine Learning Engine. That logo will be represented in this diagram. Next one, AML. AML. It's shortly denoted as Amazon Machine Learning. It is also cloud based and robust machine learning. Robust in the sense platform independent. We can access any platform to run this AML software. It is widely used for building machine learning models and making predictions. It includes Redshift, Amazon S3 or RDS. Features: we can offer AML offer visualizing tools and wizards. Wizard means one by one we are having a questions. We have to give yes or no and next. The process will be finished. That will be called as wizards. Enables the user to identify the patterns and build the models. We can use the three types of multi-class classification, binary classification, and regressions. It permits user to import the model or export the model. We can import our model or export our model from AML. Okay, it actually giving the real-time prediction and batch predictions. Next one, TensorFlow. TensorFlow is another software used for machine learning. It enable or build easy in a easy way. It also enables you to run the existing model. We can also run our existing model in TensorFlow also. It provides multiple abstraction levels that allow the user to select correct resource as per the requirement. If we giving the correct requirement, if we give the correct resource requirement, it will automatically give the correct result. It helps the building neural networks. Support of distributed computing. We are using distributed computing methodology. If we are using the distributed OS, it can also run in a TensorFlow machine learning tool. This is open source software and highly flexible. It is open source software. It also enables developer to perform numerical computations, data flow graph, GPU, CPU, and various mobile computing platforms. It can also enable deploy training the model in the cloud. Next one, customized learning. Customization. We are customizing our own requirements has become now a key success these days. The education industry is leveraging machine learning application to provide students with personalized solutions. For example, if you are taking engineering college in a deemed university, for example, we are taking Savita College. Uh, for a particular student, they should he should finish his courses according to 48 credit. If he is secure 48 credit means he is getting a degree. Any paper or any faculty he can choose according to their customization. According to his choice, he can select the paper for the first sem or second sem based on the credit. He must have finished the 48 credits. He will be awarded. That is the thing. In deemed university, we can customize our faculty, we can customize our syllabus, we can customize our papers in any semester. In reputed institution, they can follow these instructions. New course recommendations basis students' interest and background. For example, you are viewing Netflix one movie. If you are watching one comedy movie in Netflix, it can give lot of recommendations. Uh, by the same comedy level, in other languages also it will give some recommendations, whether you can see this movie, you can see this movie. The suggestions will be given in a background. Modified curriculum, and we can design our own curriculum. Learning pace adjustments, whether if it is online, if it is a recorded one, we can read those lessons and watch these movies by our own time, even midnight or lunchtime or evening, customized. Focus the content to help the student overcome these areas of weakness. Access to virtual assistants of their choice. For example, troubleshooting. If you are giving a chatbot or one small help, they can form a WhatsApp group or chat box. They can discuss in a online versions. Educational plan basis the student needs and budgets. Predictive methods. Predictive analytics plays an important role in analyzing the student's performance. For example, in our teaching methodology, we are predicting the student's performance and analyzing the performance. By analyzing the available student data, educator can effectively track every student behavior. It helps educators to devise strategies to improve performance of students. Some of the common machine learning methods are called linear regression, logistic regression, classification, decision trees, support vector machine, graphical models. What are all the applications? What are all the applications in artificial intelligence and machine learning in education industry? Interactive learning methods. Interactive interaction. Whether they can interact with each other, that will be called as interactive learning. Remember the last time something from a book, you needed anything, you search it or search it. Interactive learning methods are taking over to the learning methodologies. Some of the popular methods are video tutorials, educational apps, flashcards, smart guides, TEDx talks, regular assessment quizzes. AI language learning. You can use number of language learning in AI. Personalized language materials resources. Duolingo, Memorize, Italiki. Personalized language materials. If you are well known in French or German or Japanese, in your mother tongue, you can personalize your language and select the language, and you can automatically language translation by AI methodology. In AI chatbots, Mike, Albot, Cleverbot, John Lennon, and so on. AI chatbot and AI language learning software, Duolingo, Babel, Memrise, and so on. AI writing assistants, Grammarly, EasyBot, Quillbot, AI Writer, Textio. For example, you need to summarize one paragraph and grammar checking, and you can select the previous text. You can put it in a quillbot. It will translate the same sentence, same meaning in a different format. Applications of AI in education. What are all the applications in AI education? Smart content. While preparing the smart content by textbooks could be split into small chunks, digestible guides, which is easy to read and understand. Personalized learning, adaptive learning. We can adapt tracking academic process, modify the course and learning space. Virtual facilitator. You can think, act, and react the students' queries and act as an assistant for the teacher. Automated grader. For example, if you are submitting your assignments in Google, we are giving some graded. If these points are satisfied, you are giving some marks. That will be automated grader will be applied by robo grader. Chat campus or chatbot. Chatbot collects the student's opinion through dialogue interface and real interviewer. It is dialogue interface will be called as chatbot. Proctoring. It is ensure authenticity of student to take the exam and prevent from cheating. Prevent from cheating. Uses of AI in education. What are all the uses? Classroom behavior management, face recognition, emotion recognition, parent communication, real time monitoring, whether they are attentive or sleepy mode. That will be all classroom behavior management. Gamified learning, NLP, intelligent tutoring, visualize, game design. In a game oriented, we can design our curriculum. Staff scheduling and management, automated scheduling, skill matching, real time updates, workload balancing. If one staff is on leave or absent, some emergencies, we can automatically engage the hour by another staff. That will be scheduling and management. Assessment, automated scoring, adaptive testing, behavior and facial analysis, bias detection, and plagiarism detection. If we are writing one paper for article in a journal, uh, mm, everything will be in a previous paper. The same content will be in a previous paper. How we detect the plagiarism is there or not? We are using a drill board alternating software to detect the plagiarism. That method automatically assessment will be done, and detection and plagiarism checking will be done by the AI technology. Transportation maintenance, automated tasks, decision support, remote monitoring, IoT, and sensors. Cyber safety and security management, threat detection, anomaly detection, vulnerability management, security analysis, and reporting. These are all the uses of AI in education. How it is in a higher education, learning management system, academic research, analyzing the students' metrics, chatbots, exam integrity, and plagiarism detection. Exam integrity in the sense facial recognition, proctoring, content monitoring, biometrics, data analytics. If there is any proxy, if the same student will be having in a hall ticket and ID card, in every time we are checking the hall ticket and ID card, while uh, each and every student are arriving in our class, that will be recognized by the robot. Chatbot for enrollment or retention, providing information, students stay on a track, personalized guidance, application assistance, notification, reminder, virtual campus tours. If we are giving assignment date, for example, next Monday, you should submit your assignment on or before Monday. Every time the monitoring will be discussed, and Google calendar it will shows assignment you have to should submit on Monday. Every time it will be reminded him to submit. Learning management, personalized learning, automated assessment, sentiment analysis, learning analytics, and predictive analytics. These are all academic research. We are having computer vision, explainable AI, generation, text generation, ethical AI, analyzing the student success metrics, adaptive testing, behavior analytics, track progress. These are all comes under analyzing student success metrics. Scheduling, facilities management, institutional management, whether the student records or system, transportation, IT, maintenance, scheduling, budgeting, managing the entire education institution, assistive technology, interactive games, data and learning analytics, education administrator to analyze and interpret data, adaptive learning, everything will comes under in education. AI in ML research topic ideas. It can be very for you for your research. Machine learning in cyber security, threat detection and response, virtual reality, augmented reality experiences, developing ethical system for recruitment and hiring processes, sentiment analysis, customer feedback, performance enhancement, improving urban planning, smart city initiatives, predicting consumer behavior trends, artistic creation, visual arts, literatures, drone navigation, effective waste management and recycling, AI algorithm. We can developing our own algorithm for effective waste management and recycling, seismology for earthquake prediction, protection, and speech recognition systems, online mental health assessment and therapy, optimization of renewable energy systems, and personalizing customer experiences, predictive trends, what will be the current scenario and future trends, it will be in a fashion technology. These are all in a research topic ideas. These are all the overview about artificial intelligence and machine learning. What are all the machine learning tools available? What are all the research ideas for you? These are all overview about artificial intelligence and machine learning concepts. Is there any questions? Please ask.
Thank you, ma'am. Any queries? Kindly ask. Dear faculty, any queries? Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. One second.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for being part of our journey.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir, for RK. SK Research Group of companies for billing me and giving the opportunity to give the guest lecture in your FTP series. Thank you, sir.
Ma'am, thank you. Thanks a lot for giving this session, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Surname mode of thanks. முடிஞ்சு என் கால் பண்ணிடவா? மேம் எண்ட் பண்ணிடவா?